My name's Amanda, for those of you who don't know me. I am just going to run a little bit of a session today on the difference between someone booking online and someone coming to you. Our biggest contention, or the biggest thing you hear from people when you say that you're a travel agent, is something along the lines of, oh, well, is that really essential? People can book things online now. Do you even have a job? Things like that. And people say things like that to me all the time. But you see, we do. There's a really big part for us in this market, and that's our personal service. People can use online. They have the ability to. In fact, if someone's come to you for a quote, 9 out of 10 times they've actually come online to find you and your web page, and they've gone past all of those web pages to find you yourself. They're coming to you for a reason, and you are different to the websites. And that big difference is you as a person. You are what makes the different experience for our clients, and that's incredible. You've all joined onto this opportunity because you either have a love for sales or travel or both. You've wanted to start your own business so that you can do things in a way that you would want things done to you, and that's where this is all kind of going to start. So I've noticed a few times in our forums lately, and my team and a few other people, that the ongoing kind of consensus is with regards to price, and we all know that's changing, so there's no point in me giving you an information session on price alone, because that's something that's going to be changing in the next week. We all know we're getting new wholesalers, which is exciting, and our prices will become more competitive and change. So I'm not going to harp on at prices, but I guess instead I want to make you flip how you're thinking about it. So instead of looking at it as we're not the same as the websites are $10 cheaper, or the websites can do this and that, let's look at why we're different to the websites and what the websites can't offer, our personal service. So as I said, you are kind of where that starts. And for some of you who are starting out, you're sitting there thinking, well, oh, maybe I can't offer that kind of service, and what makes me so different? It's just all about how you make the person feel. If you have a bit of a think back, all of you have probably got some kind of customer service interaction that you personally have experienced as a customer. So whether it be, getting your coffee from the local coffee store, or a certain hairdresser, or a product that you've bought even, there's always something that sticks in your mind if you've had a really good customer service experience, and that always makes you want to go back to it. So for example, I have a coffee shop around the corner. It's the same price as everywhere else. Actually, I think they've just increased it, so it's about 10 cents more. But that doesn't matter to me, because every time I go in there, they ask about my son, they know my coffee order, it may make it feel personal, and I'm sure you've all experienced something like that. And that's where we can really step up and make our clients feel like they're getting the best service possible. A few ways that you can do that. I guess the ways that we are different, so obviously the personal service, so that's during the booking process. That starts actually from the second you meet someone. I like to make a really conscious effort of getting to know one thing about the client completely separate to the trip. So, all right, yes, they're coming in and they're going to Bali and they're going with their grandma or whatever it may be. This is what we're doing. That's brilliant, but I like to try and learn something outside of that. So you can pick up on that quite a lot. If someone says to you, say, I can't get back to you because I've got my daughter's dance recital, but I'll get back to you this evening. Brilliant. Just try and remember those little things. So next time you do talk to them, ask how the dance recital went, or whatever the example may be. If you remember one thing outside of the trip, it really shows that you're getting to know them as a person. Obviously try and remember more, but even just one thing. I like to make little notes sometimes, so I'll put down, Jill's going to Bali with her family, and I'll have all those notes, and just next to her name, I'll just write one little thing, is excited because it's her first holiday, or if it's something outside of that, daughter's dance recital, or whatever it may be. Make that note, and then really try and remember to mention that later on, because you're the point of difference. So the personal service starts from the second that you meet someone and you start asking about their holiday, whether they book with you or not. They will remember that. So I guess the next step would be doing all of their documents and things. So once they're ready to travel, the difference between them booking online and booking with you is that you make sure that they have everything they need. I personally, for my services, we'll be creating little folders for them and printing them off and sending them out to them for those who obviously want that service, and those who don't, I can email it all through to them. But it just gives me that chance to make sure that I run through the holiday for them. You know, they get on the plane, they need their ticket, they get off the plane, they have their transfer, they get to the hotel, they've got that voucher, they've got the activity vouchers, everything they could possibly need, so that as soon as they've booked with you, they can switch off and you take over. That's where you are there to make sure they've got all their documents and everything's ready for them. You're obviously there during, so if they get to the airport and you know that you've got people travelling, make a little note, especially at the start when we don't have too many clients. It's really easy to make a little note that on Thursday I've got my client flying to Bali, so on Thursday I'm just going to jump on quickly and have a look at Bali's arrivals and departures and see, oh, actually it's been delayed by an hour or so. They might already be at the airport and know that, but there's nothing stopping you sending them a quick text saying, hey, just noticed your flight's been delayed, it's got an extra hour or so, how are you tracking, are you there, etc, etc. Websites obviously don't check in, they may send a quick text, but you know, there's nothing personal there. So when they're going on their holiday, you've got that opportunity to make sure and check on things. I always like to send goodbye and welcome back messages. So as they're about to leave, make sure you send a message a couple of days prior, because things can get a bit crazy the day they're going. Just saying, have the most amazing time, you have my details, they're handy, if you need me for anything at all while you're away, but really enjoy your time, etc, etc. And the same when they return, make sure you send a message just asking how the holiday went. It's a really good chance for you to get feedback on how certain hotels were, how your service was, how they enjoyed it, but also that's the time where people are thinking of their next holiday. As you all know, you get back and you want that next holiday, so why not just remind them that you're there. So that's another little side hint. So you're there during, and then you're also there when things go wrong. So as a few people mentioned on the forum, you're there when the flight is delayed and it has to get rescheduled and you have to try and arrange something for them. You know, they've got 2 screaming kids at the airport who are already fed up, they've waited 6 hours and now they're worried that they're not going to be able to get to their hotel is going to cancel their booking because they're not going to get there on time, and it's just all stress they don't need. And that's, if they booked on multiple different websites, that's what they have to deal with. But they didn't, they came to you, and that's what you have to deal with. Sometimes it can be, obviously, it's not the best part of our job, but you know what, when you've solved that problem for them and you've jumped on the phone and you've sorted out different suppliers and you've got it ready to go, and you can send that message or that email or that call to the client and say, it's all sorted, I've got that done for you. It's brilliant. That's what your service is there for. So that's if some things go wrong. So as I said, I mean, you're there from the start, you're there during, and you're there if things go wrong, and you're there afterwards as well. So yeah, they have you. You are the big point of difference. And I just really want to make that clear to you guys. You should be confident in the fact that you are different to the websites, and you know what, like, that's a good thing. That is really a good thing. A few little things that I like to do, which obviously isn't expected, but these are things in the past that have got me some return clients. Small investments for big returns. So effectively, if I know that I have got a couple traveling to the UK and they've got a 18-month-old and a 3-year-old or something like that, you know that they're already dreading that flight. Anyone who's done a flight with a child, or anyone who's done one and seen a child, you know that they're already thinking that this is going to be quite stressful. So I've actually invested in a few $1 or $2 colouring books and some pencils and things. They're all travel themed, so I don't have them with me now, but yeah, they're like aeroplanes and buses and things like that. I like to send them out a few weeks prior and just send them out in the mail for them. Half the time I don't even tell them that it's coming, it's just a little surprise, and it just has a little note to say that, you know, to help keep the kids entertained. Those kind of things make a real difference. It doesn't cost you a lot, you know, including postage, no more than say $10, but it really does sit in their minds. Same as if you're looking at, say, a business client. You know, a lot of time they're time poor, they've been at work for long hours, they're away from their family and they've got to go sit in a hotel room. I've invested in a few little $10 Uber Eats vouchers, and I give them out to my business clients. So it's just something to say, I know you're going to be run off your feet, or you know, you're going to be missing home, but why not enjoy a nice kind of cooked meal brought to your door. Just contributing to that. It's just something that just says that you are thinking of them, and that's the main thing, to know that you have listened to them and you are thinking of them. You know, I have all sorts of little things I do. When I went to Cambodia, I bought myself some little bracelets that were meant to be for good luck. I give them out to a few of my clients that are traveling overseas. Like, just little things that you can do as long, just to show that you are different to a website. You are you, and that is amazing, and you are offering the best service that you can. And that's honestly how you're going to build your business. It's going to start as 1 or 2 people, and it's going to grow from there, because I know myself, if I experience that kind of service, I'm going to go home and everyone's going to go, how was your holiday? And one of the first things I'm going to say is, brilliant. Amanda helped me from the start. You know, she did this, this, and this. The kids even got these little colouring books. Here's their details if you're going anywhere in the future. And that's how you're going to really build a following. And it's just by being the best, giving the best customer service you can give, and just being the best version of yourself. So every time you talk to a client, and they're coming up to you, and you know it's hard because they've seen 10 different things online, and you know you're trying to find all these prices with the wholesaler, and you're saying to yourself, oh, sometimes I think it would just be easier if we all just booked online, or they booked online. It's not. You are the difference, and try and remember that you are doing amazing things, and I'm really grateful to be on this journey with you all. So just a few little tips. If you have any questions or you want any specific help, more than happy to help. And if you've got a specific niche or something that you're working with, let's get creative. Let's all help each other to think of little things that you can do to help keep our customers happy. So thanks for listening to me, guys. I really hope this helps you slightly and you're all getting excited for the office opening, because I know I am, and we can just give our customers the best service possible, because at the end of the day, we're creating memories, and that's really exciting. All right, guys, thank you.